Oh boy. Hello, friends and not friends. And trolls too. Hi, I see you. You're gonna get banned, but you can go ahead and leave your shitty comment. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Bree. I like to talk about whatever the fuck is on my mind, and today we're talking about cable TV. The question I have is cable still worth it? Now, if you asked me this in 2009, I would have resoundingly said, no, just get Netflix, you're better off. But doing Netflix and YouTube, that's literally everything you're ever going to want to watch. However, unfortunately, we have more fucking streaming services than we have fucking film studios in the world, and that's not an exaggeration. Jesus Christ, we have so many goddamn streaming services. And the number one problem with the streaming services, they all have the same goddamn movies. I can literally watch fucking, just as an example, fucking Sleepaway Camp right now, or Chopping Mall. Chopping Mall. I can watch Chopping Mall on fucking Hulu. I can watch it on Amazon. I can watch it on Max. I can watch it on Tubi. I can watch it on Screambox. I can watch it on Shudder. Jesus Christ, people. Chopping Mall's not even that good of a goddamn movie. Why is it everywhere? It's the same movies every streaming service. And then occasionally you get an original TV show which is exclusive to said streaming service, which is what's supposed to compel you to subscribe. The problem is the movies are everywhere. You got this big block of B movies that are on every fucking streaming service. And then the good movies, some of them are over here, some of them over there, some of them are up in the ethos, and you just got to buy the DVD or wait for it to come on TBS, and you don't even have TBS because cable isn't even a thing anymore. I don't know what's going on. So the question is it with how much it would cost to get all the streaming services, which by the way I've done in the past. There was about 6 months, 2 or 3 years ago, where I was making a lot more money than I am now, where I had every single streaming service that there was, including the free ones. And I was still running into the problem where I would think of a movie I wanted to watch and it wasn't on the streaming service. To be fair, you don't have any say in cable. It's just whatever's on, you're watching. So streaming in that regard is still better than cable. The reason we left streaming was because cable got too expensive. And, commercials were out of hand. And a lot of the channels weren't really showing anything compelling anymore. They were just showing a lot of fucking reality TV and reruns of Cops and fucking, reruns of network shows that weren't even that good to begin with. So it was cable kind of sucked. So we switched to streaming. Now, has cable improved to a point where it is now a viable alternative to the fucking mess of streaming services all over the goddamn place? And I'm going to argue no. Cable is still not worth it. For one, the price hasn't gotten better. It's actually gotten worse. Cable is more expensive now than it's ever been, even though there's less content now on cable, original content, than there's ever been. If you take away the filler and the fluff, which is a lot of reality shows and YouTube style shows that shouldn't be 30 minutes long, but they have to be because they're on TV and they got to have commercials and they got to have 3-minute blocks of commercials versus a 15-second commercial you can skip after 5 seconds. You know what I mean? So cable is still a pain in the ass to watch and too fucking expensive. And you're still stuck with whatever the fuck is on. Some cable providers offer on demand, which is just streaming, basically. And most cable offerings do provide optional for a fee, a DVR, which again is okay, except for you still have to wait for the show to air, which means you either watch it when it aired or do something else and record it, which is just going back to the VCR days, which is kind of haven't we moved past that? Plus you can't cut the commercials out like you can. When I'm recording from cable, let's say TBS or AMC or whatever, to a VCR, when they go to commercial, I can hit pause on the VCR, stop the recording, and then hit pause again and go back to recording when the show starts, and I can cut the commercials out. I can't do that with a DVR. It just literally records the show as a whole block, and there's nothing I can do. You can't cut the commercials out. You can't transfer it to a DVD. You can't copy it to another VHS and make your own playlists. You're just stuck with what you got. And then there's the fact that specialized cable channels that came on the scene that lumped together programming that was of a certain type, Comedy Central, G4 TV, Chiller, the Sci-Fi Channel, either those networks have gone away in many cases, or they've shifted away from what made them popular in the first place, and you're getting fucking wrestling on the Sci-Fi Channel and fucking reality bullshit TV on fucking other channels. And I don't even know if Chiller is even still a thing or not. And who gives a fuck about Comedy Central? It was always just bullshit stand-up comedy and fucking bullshit comedy movies. Nobody fucking... I don't like comedy, so I didn't give a fuck about Comedy Central. So as far as I'm concerned, there's really no reason for me to have a cable subscription to this day. And I just can't be convinced that it's better than, streaming. You get your local broadcast channels if you have cable, but I can get those for free on the antenna, and I can watch my local news on my local news station's website for free at 5 o'clock when they're airing the local news. I don't have to have a cable subscription to do that. And as far as like the broadcast programming, the primetime programming, ABC, NBC, CBS, etc., I can wait a day and get it on Hulu. So I'm not missing out. And sports, I don't even fucking watch sports, so that doesn't even register in my world. I don't watch cable news. I have no interest in it, no reason to watch it. There's nothing worth a shit on the Discovery Channel except for Shark Week, which is only in like the middle of July. The rest of the year, what are you paying for? I don't know. And everything else is fucking Real Housewives of every fucking major city in America and 13 suburbs for some god-awful reason. What the fuck, America? What the actual fuck? No, cable sucks.